Brian in Wisconsin. Go ahead, Brian.
How's it going, Eddie?
Good.
Good. All right. Well, Motley Crue is my first band I ever saw live in concert. I was a little bit of a late bloomer. I'm about your age. I saw them back then, the Girls tour, Shout the Devil, and I did go to the last tour they just had a few years ago. Did I think they were going away forever? Hell no. I mean, it's just, like you said many times in the past, it's you go away for a while and you let that momentum build, and it's exactly what you said earlier. It's a cash grab. I mean, they're in it to line their pockets, which I don't give a rat's ass about. My only thing is, and I hope someone's listening where Vince will hear this, dude, work on some cardio and sing the songs. And I'd be happy because the last tour, he was out of breath by the second song, and he's just sitting there like every other word he wasn't singing. And I'm just like, I spent how much money and traveled 5 hours round trip with my wife and dinner and all this other gas to watch this guy huff and puff through a song. It was ridiculous.
Well, my understanding is that what I've been told, and thank you, Brian, what I've heard through the grapevine is that obviously, look, that's a concern not only for the quality of the performance, but for the quality of the human being. You know, you're gonna be up there and you're gonna be performing, and you're gonna want to put in an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever, and it can be. You said winded. You don't. Everyone's getting older. You want to make sure nobody's in jeopardy for their health up there on stage. A couple of years ago, Vince played with his solo band at Rocklahoma, which I host every year, and it was 110 degrees. And I was sitting with him in his trailer, and I was just like, Vince is, big boy. And I said to him, trust me, I'm the last guy that can talk about being, big guy. But at the same token, I'm also not fronting a rock band. But still, I said to Vince, I go, hey, man, you better get some water in you. It's freaking hot out there. And he's like, I'll be fine. And he half joked with me. He goes, people say I got to lose weight anyway. I'll sweat it out. But you can't mess around here for your own health and obviously the quality of the performance. And I think that everybody, I think that's been taken into consideration. We'll say that. Two things, though, I do want to say also that keep coming up here. And I mentioned this in past shows recently. Nothing to do with Motley Crue. I mentioned this in relation to, because remember, we are now, if you recall, and you're a regular listener, you know that I've been saying for the last 3 to 4 weeks, everyone is reuniting. This whole Motley Crue reunion thing was in my ear a month ago, you guys. I didn't say anything about it because I don't want to, these guys, I know all these guys. I'm not looking to mess up their return or whatever. But I said that because I knew these reunions were all coming. Rage, My Chemical Romance, Black Crowes, Motley Crue. It's being driven, all of it is being driven by money. You cannot say in a critical sense, it's a money grab, because it's every reunion tour that's ever happened in the history of music is a money grab. Regardless of what spin any of them put on it, it is about getting a gargantuan offer and not being able to say no to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. The thing that I do not subscribe to, I'm sure that the Motley Crue movie has given things a little jolt in terms of their popularity, and maybe some younger people have seen it on Netflix. But the thing that I do not buy for a minute is there's this whole generation of people that never saw Motley Crue that now will have to have the chance because they watched the movie. I would buy that if Motley Crue were gone 10, 15, 20 years. They've been gone 3, 4 years. It's not been that long. If you were, 13, you're 16 now. It's not some major generational shift that's taken place in terms of demographics. Sure, I admit that I would think the movie has spiked interest to some degree. But I think the real sole driver on all this is the same driver of every reunion. Live Nation and AEG need new, fresh blood that people aren't sick of seeing. They've got 1 million venues and dates to fill. They need something at the top. and they have to go after these bands that are inactive because there is greater interest than the bands you see twice a year every year. Absence makes the heart grow fonder and makes the guarantees go up. All of it. I don't care if it's a reunion at the club, arena, theater, stadium level. Every reunion is about money, case closed. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's a business, the music business. It's a business. It's a capitalist society. There's nothing wrong with it. If the promoters are willing to pay it, you're willing to pay for the tickets. The bands want to make the money. They aren't seeing it in record sales. That's the world we're in today. It's as simple as that. Anything else is spin. And everyone will spin it. That's fine. But that's the reality. That's why this thing that we talk about is not called, music world or music hobby or music fun. It's called the music business. Business rules the game. It always did. It always will. If you're being honest, that's what's going on. With all of it, not just Motley, all of it. The first reunion tour to the ones that'll happen long when I'm dead and buried, it will be about business.